Hey guys, tonight we're diving into the surprisingly soothing world of bearded dragon care. You're perched beside your terrarium, the faint glow of a basking bulb flickers gently against the glass, and a sleepy lizard is staring back at you like it's the one judging you. You reach for a handful of greens and try to remember, was it kale they're not supposed to eat? Or spinach? Or both? You're about to find out. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Are we doing late-night lizard talk at 1 a.m. in Tokyo, or a cozy afternoon check-in from Brazil? Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You start your day with a rustling of leaves. Okay, technically it's you rustling a plastic container of mixed greens. Your bearded dragon is already alert, propped up like a miniature sun god on its basking rock, soaking in those UVB rays as if charging for battle. But the first battle of the day is yours, prepping a breakfast that your dragon will eat and that won't get you roasted in reptile forums. Daily feeding seems simple until you realize you're balancing calcium, protein, hydration, and the kind of vague diet rules that feel like navigating a dragon-themed food pyramid. One mainstream fact: juvenile dragons need about 80% insects, 20% greens. Adults flip that. But don't worry if yours acts like salad is a personal insult. It's normal. And yes, dubia roaches are as gross as they sound. But they're also kind of magical. Unlike crickets, they don't chirp, smell, or try to escape like tiny Cirque du Soleil performers. Most bearded dragon keepers, begrudgingly, end up loving them. You slide a couple roaches in with tongs, trying not to flinch as your dragon slams one with that surprisingly powerful jaw. You blink. It's gone. No chewing, no consideration. Just instant digestion by way of sheer confidence. Honestly, iconic. After breakfast comes the solar worship. Your basking spot should hit 38-42 degrees Celsius, 100-108 degrees Fahrenheit. The cool side of the tank, ideally, hangs around 24-27 degrees Celsius, 75-80 degrees Fahrenheit. If that sounds like a lot, imagine keeping a toddler comfortable in both a sauna and a fridge. At the same time, historians still argue whether ancient Egyptians domesticated lizards like bearded dragons, though there are reptilian motifs in art. But one thing's for sure, your dragon knows how to pose like it belongs on a sandstone mural. As you watch it stretch under the heat lamp, you notice the subtle signs of mood. Eyes half closed. Content. Beard turning black. Someone's having a moment. Staring directly at you without blinking? That might be love. Or suspicion. It's hard to say. And then there's the arm wave. If you're lucky enough to witness it, your bearded dragon may slowly raise one arm and do a weird circle motion wave that feels oddly ceremonial. Scientists say it's a sign of submission or acknowledgement. We say it looks like it's casting a lizard spell. Quirky tip: if your dragon suddenly starts glass surfing, frantically climbing the tank walls, it's not trying to escape you personally, probably. It could be boredom, reflection confusion, or just a bad case of the zoom eyes. So what do? Add a hide, add a hammock, add a branch. Heck, give them a lizard-safe plush toy. Enclosure enrichment isn't just a fancy term. It's how your dragon stays mentally balanced. And you don't want a mentally unstable dragon. They hold grudges. Throughout the morning, you'll find your dragon rotating itself like a rotisserie chicken, just to catch the perfect angle of sunlight. It's oddly comforting. You sip your tea while it adjusts slightly to the left, then slightly to the right. Back again. It's lizard yoga, and you're both zen now. And here's the magic of it all. Bearded dragons are low-energy creatures with high-stakes drama faces. One moment they're basking like royalty, the next they're trying your best not to startle your noble reptile companion. It doesn't move. That could be a good sign, or a very bad one. You pause. Your dragon blinks, then flattens its body dramatically like it just saw a ghost. Excellent. It's handling time. The truth is, bearded dragons aren't born cuddly. They don't arrive pre-programmed to love you. They arrive, mostly, wanting to be warm and left alone. But with patience and a bit of lizard psychology, you can earn their scaly trust. First things first, always approach from the side, not above. In the wild, the only things that come from above are birds. And you are not trying to be a bird today. Your dragon watches as you gently scoop it up, one hand under the chest, the other supporting those chunky little back legs. You expect resistance. You get resignation, a slow blink, maybe a soft beard puff. It's basically lizard speak for fine, I guess. Handling is about comfort for both of you. If your dragon's body stiffens, beard darkens, or tail twitches like it's preparing to write a passive-aggressive Yelp review, you've gone too far. Respect the signals. Step back. Try again later. Mainstream tip: consistent, short handling sessions, 5–10 minutes a day, are more effective than long ones. Your dragon learns you're safe. Predictable. Not a predator. Just a warm, snack-giving couch mammal. And once that click happens, you're golden. There comes a moment, a sacred, weirdly touching moment, when your dragon decides your shoulder is the best place to be. It climbs up, settles in like a tiny king surveying its kingdom, your living room, and basks in the warmth of your body heat like a sentient heating pad. Sometimes it closes its eyes. Sometimes it lets out the tiniest sigh you didn't even know reptiles were capable of. Congratulations. You've unlocked level 2, trusting burrito mode. Quirky fact: some bearded dragons love being swaddled in soft fabric. Yes, like an actual baby burrito. Others loathe it and will do dramatic body rolls to escape your efforts. Each lizard is its own diva. And just when you think you've nailed the bonding thing, they give you the tail flick. It's subtle. A small twitch, a flick just before you touch them. It's not fear exactly. It's more like, I acknowledge your presence, and I'm not impressed. Historians still argue whether this is a holdover from wild defense behavior or simply lizard-level sass. So how do you build connection over time? Start with routine. Feed them at the same time every day. Handle them when they're warm and relaxed, not right after eating or waking up. And talk to them. Seriously. Your voice becomes part of their environment. No, they won't understand your latest life update, but your tone, the rhythm of it, helps them associate you with safety. If you're really committed, try offering treats by hand. A worm, a small strawberry cube, a bit of mango. Just be ready for the lightning speed tongue grab. The first time it happens, you will flinch. This is normal. They move faster than they have any right to. And speaking of tongue grabs, pro tip: never dangle anything slightly worm-shaped near their mouth unless it's edible. That includes shoelaces, hoodie strings, and your own fingers. Dragons are opportunists, not philosophers. There's also the matter of body language. Watch their posture. Raise tail. Excited or alert. Flatten body. Nervous. Open mouth while basking. Surprisingly normal. They're regulating heat, not auditioning for Jurassic Park. And the beard. Oh, the beard. It flares, it darkens, it puffs with the drama of a Shakespearean actor. Sometimes it means stress. Sometimes it means dominance. Sometimes it just means, you move the hammock again and I hate it. Bearded dragons are like tiny emotional barometers. If barometers were judgmental and obsessed with temperature gradients. But here's the magic part. The more you observe them, the more you learn. You start to notice the way they pause before leaping, the shift in eye focus before they pounce, the side tilt they do when they're curious but not ready to commit. It's all communication, just very reptilian. And then one day, you're sitting on the couch, scrolling your phone, and your dragon is curled up on your chest. Not moving, not watching, just being. Warm, calm, still. And you realize, this little dinosaur trusts you. Not because you forced it, but because you gave it time, space, snacks, and maybe a few awkward head rubs. Building a bond with a bearded dragon is like befriending a desert introvert. They won't rush in. But once they're in for good. There's a moment, often right after handling, sometimes right before dinner, when you get hit with the less glamorous reality of dragon life. Poop. There it is, right on the basking tile. Again, and somehow it's steaming. How is it always steaming? Welcome to the wild world of bearded dragon bathroom habits. Let's get this out of the way first. Healthy bearded dragon poop is weird. It's two parts, a solid brownish log, classic, and a white cap at the end called urate, which is basically their version of pee. Dragons conserve water like desert champions, so this system is pretty efficient and consistently alarming if you're not expecting it. Mainstream care tip: poop frequency depends on age and diet. Babies go constantly. Adults, maybe a few times a week. If they haven't gone in a while, it could be dehydration, stress, or a classic reptile move, the poop protest. Yes, it's real. Change the enclosure too much, and your dragon might just hold it in defiance. And here's a quirky twist. Some dragons only go while being bathed. Warm water seems to unlock their inner spa mode, relaxing everything a little too much. So if you're doing bath time in the sink, be warned. It may become a crime scene. That brings us to shedding. At first, you might not even notice it. A bit of pale skin around the toes, a dull patch on the tail. And then bam! Your dragon looks like it's been through a snowstorm made of old wallpaper. Shedding is natural, normal, vital, but deeply undignified. Unlike snakes, who shed in one dramatic piece, dragons shed in patches, and never all at once. It's itchy, it's slow, and it makes them cranky. They may rub against rocks, avoid handling, or glare at you like this is somehow your fault. Historians still argue whether ancient desert cultures used sand or rough bark to assist wild reptiles during shedding, but one thing's certain. Your dragon will absolutely use its hammock like a loofah and act like it invented exfoliation. Important rule: never peel the shed yourself, even if it's hanging there, even if it's flapping in the breeze like a tiny skin flag. Just mist the area lightly or offer a warm soak. Forcibly peeling can damage the new skin and ruin your lizard's trust forever. You don't want to be that person. Then there's the great heat lamp conundrum. You think you've got it right: good basking bulb, timer set, UVB tube glowing quietly in the background. And then your dragon starts acting off. They hide too much, or bask endlessly, or glass surf like they've had 6 energy drinks and a Red Bull bath. Welcome to the temperature wars. Ideal basking temps for adults: 100–105 degrees Fahrenheit, 38–40 degrees Celsius. For babies, slightly higher. Night temps can drop to 65–75 degrees Fahrenheit, 18–24 degrees Celsius, depending on your region. But here's where it gets tricky: your room matters. A drafty corner can sabotage the whole setup. Quirky tip: invest in a digital thermometer with a probe. Those stick-on analog ones? Lies. Sweet, decorative lies. They read the air, not the surface. And your dragon doesn't live in the air. It lives on that warm, lumpy log you bought for $28.99. Oh, and light cycles. These lizards are solar-powered. They need 12–14 hours of daylight, then darkness. Not dim lamp in the corner darkness, real dark. No blue LEDs. No night heat bulbs. Just cozy, quiet reptile night. And yes, dragons can get grumpy without enough darkness. They'll pace, sulk, refuse to eat. You, of course, will Google frantically. Then realize the solution was turning off the fairy lights next to the tank. Lesson learned. One more thing, brumation. It's like hibernation, but for reptiles. Not all bearded dragons do it. But when they do, it's dramatic. They stop eating, move less, sleep for days. And the first time it happens, you panic. You check the lights. You check the heat. You wave crickets in front of their face like a concerned waiter. Nothing. Just sleepy lizard stillness. Mainstream fact: brumation is natural in adult dragons, especially during winter months. It helps reset their system. But always check with a vet if it lasts too long or they look unwell. Don't guess. And then one morning, they wake up. Stretch. Yawn. Yes, they can kind of yawn. And look at you like you're the one who was missing for a month. Classic. At this point in your dragon journey, you've seen the good, the messy, the moody, and the magical. You've scooped poop with surprising grace. You've misted a dragon mid-shed like some kind of reptilian spa attendant. You've adjusted lamps in the middle of the night because they looked a little chilly. And through it all, you've realized this isn't just pet care, it's connection. Ritual. A shared rhythm between you and a creature that once roamed the Australian outback and now lives in your living room, giving you side-eye because dinner is 6 minutes late. And now, as your bearded dragon dozes quietly under its basking lamp, maybe with one eye half open in that eternally suspicious way, you take a deep breath. The day is done. The lamps are dimming. The enclosure hums with quiet warmth. You glance at their curled tail, that little stumpy expression of mood and balance, and it twitches once, gently. Maybe they're dreaming. Maybe they're just digesting. Either way, they seem at peace. Which means you can be, too. The sounds around you soften. Your own breath, the rustle of leaves, maybe the quiet buzz of nighttime silence. You've fed, cleaned, adjusted, learned. And in doing so, you've become something more than a pet owner. You're a lizard whisperer now, a guardian of the glow. Tomorrow, there might be new adventures. A weird scale pattern, a suspicious sneeze, a cricket that somehow escapes and haunts your hallway. But tonight, it's just you, the warmth, and a tiny reptile friend who, despite everything, trusts you. So sink back. Let your shoulders drop. Let your mind go quiet. You've earned this peace, one calcium-dusted salad at a time.